Welcome to Sketchbook Challenge number 4, brought to you by SketchbookNation.com. In this tutorial, we're going to take a look at how to draw an elephant step by step. We'll begin the drawing by defining the basic form of the body of the elephant. To achieve this, we'll draw 3 overlapping circles. The circle on the left will become the head of the elephant, while the circle on the right will become the hind end of the animal. Next, we'll draw a line connecting 2 of the circles, and we'll bring that line down the front of the elephant to create the trunk. Also, 4 shapes to represent the upper portions of the legs are drawn here too. Now, moving on to step number 3, we're going to draw the bottom portion of the legs, again with some simplified shapes, and we're going to go ahead and add the tusks of the elephant as well here too. And notice that the hind legs kind of overlap each other down there at the bottom, the ones that are at the back of the elephant. So it's important to include that detail here. And we'll go ahead and finish off the contour on the back. Now, the 4th step, we can begin to add some of the details of the drawing. We can get a little bit more pressure on the pencil here too. We're going to go ahead and add the very bottom portions of the elephant's feet, and they're going to kind of spread out a little bit because the elephant is so heavy. And we can also go ahead and add a shape for the ear. And like I said, you can get a little bit more deliberate with your marks here. The more information you get on your paper during the drawing process, the more deliberate you can be with your marks. And you can also vary some of the line quality here too, so that some of the lines are a little bit thicker and some of the lines are a little bit thinner. That'll make your drawing a bit more interesting. We can also add a few cross contour lines to kind of mimic the wrinkles that happen on the elephant's skin here and there. We'll also add the details of, I guess those would be toenails on the elephant. A bit of wrinkles are also added here to the back portions of the legs. And now we'll just add a little bit of information about where the mouth may be there of the elephant. And that'll just drop down underneath one of those original circles we drew. And then we've got enough information at this point that we can go in and get really deliberate with our marks. Maybe make the contour lines or the outlines a little bit darker, a little bit heavier. I'm using a very soft graphite pencil here, so I'm able to put a little bit more pressure and make the mark a little bit darker. We'll add a few more wrinkles here and there to give a little bit of texture to the skin of the elephant. And then some wrinkles there in the places where the leg bends. Now, if you make all of your lines really solid and heavy, it's going to kind of be boring. So you want to have some of your lines just to remain light and loose. We'll add a little bit of a ground plane there for the elephant to be standing on, and then we'll define somewhat of an illusion of a light source by adding just a bit of value. This is very loose value here that I'm adding, a little bit of shadow here and there underneath the elephant, a little bit of cast shadow underneath it. Maybe a little bit of shadow behind the ear and underneath the mouth, and a little bit in the ear as well. Again, very loose here. Again, this is a sketch. You want to try to maybe move from your shoulder instead of from your wrist when you're making marks. It's going to make your drawing a little bit looser. It's going to allow you to draw a lot quicker as well. So keep those things in mind when you're practicing here in your sketchbook. And here's just a quick look at how to draw an elephant step by step. If you want to find more tutorials like this, be sure to visit SketchbookNation.com.